All right, so what's up, everybody? I was hoping before we left we could have took some pictures of the car and us leaving the house, but as you can see, the weather sucks. So instead, we're killing some time. I figured it's been a long time since I've done a video, and the weather's been just really bad in Boston and stuff, so I actually really haven't even been driving much. Cliche video of 5 things I love and hate, and I got my beautiful wife here with me.
Hello.
And we had some technical difficulties, so she's doing a great job at holding the Hero. We all know that you're a BMW fangirl. How do you feel about this car so far? Coming over to the dark side, best or nothing?
I haven't come over to the dark side.
Well, being in.
Yeah, I'm just in it.
How do you feel about it?
I actually really like this car for, what it has in competition with the BMW, but this car actually is dope. So
just before we get into the list and stuff, just what are some of the things you like about it that you were surprised about?
I really, really like the exhaust. The exhaust is dope. Hands down, probably the best sounding that I've heard in a long time. It has a great sound to it. I mean, people definitely know you're on the road. I like that.
Yeah.
The pickup is crazy, and although it's about to get crazier, and the handling, for sure, was definitely one of my favorite things. And
yeah.
Being a BMW driver, they already handle well, so it's not like, I don't know, I'm already used to good handling, but the way this car hugs the curves when you take them, those were my favorite things.
All right, awesome. Well, let's get into the list. What's the first one on the list? We're going to do a love-hate, 5 things, love and hate. Boom, go.
Buttons and layout design.
Buttons and layout design. All right, cool. So I think that's the nice thing about this review, per se, is a lot of car reviews, they'll get in it, they'll spend a day, they'll spend a couple days, maybe even a week. We're talking months that I've been in this car. I just really like where they put the buttons. For instance, the seat buttons. They're so easy to get to. You know exactly what you're touching. If I get in, someone else is driving and, they hit a different function, boom, I can do it. Even in your BMW, I'd sit here and kind of like, hopefully that's number 1. Hopefully this is number 2. There's nothing to worry. There's nothing to guess with here. Same thing with the trunk. I just like, it's like, I just hit it. Hopefully, there's nothing to, it's very easy to get to. So the way they design stuff, I really like the buttons in the console. Has that very, still nervous about the trunk. It reminds me of like a cockpit almost, like, you're like flicking switches and stuff like you would in an airplane. You can see, you turn your volume up or down. It's just really nice set. So, you're turning stuff. Sorry, it looks like crazy crap over here, but again, this is a road trip. So we going all out, know what I mean? So, you're turning stuff. You can touch your volumes. Everything's like easy to get to. You don't really even need to be looking, which I think that's what Mercedes' point is. A lot of people go into touch screens, and their whole idea is we want you to focus on the road. And everything, the way it's set up, is very easy for you to be able to do that to to the wheels, to everything else. I just really like the layout, the way they laid everything out.
Driving modes is your next love.
Cool. So yeah, driving modes. So this is a little gripe that I have with BMWs. We've had a few of them at this point, so I think that I could be justified in saying this, is that I don't really see that much of a difference in the driving modes. You put it in eco mode, comfort, sport. Was there a sport plus in that 35?
Yeah.
Sport plus. I honestly, I have no idea what the difference between sport and sport plus was as far as feeling it goes, right? Now this car, you have your individual modes, so you have eco mode, and then I pop it up in a comfort mode, slightly better, what do you call it, engine performance. Everything, feels kind of plush. I don't know what the word for that is.
Cushy.
Yeah, kind of still just cushy or whatever. Nothing really about this car is that cushy. It's still kind of a hard ride, I feel like, even in like comfort. It's not like a S-Class or something, but you know, given the different rides, you get that. You're still going to have the engine shut off, which I think is the worst thing ever. But there's definitely a difference there. In eco to comfort, I don't know if it's that big of a difference, but there's a difference. Here's where I think the differences really matter, though. You pop it up in a sport mode, and automatically I can feel the engine engage a little bit further. Transmission, you have tighter suspension, the steering wheel's a little bit tighter. The exhaust note doesn't come on yet, but that's sport mode. Now, again, I think it's really stupid, but that automatic start-stop thing is gonna stay on. You actually have to manually shut it off when in sport mode. Now, my favorite mode, Sport Plus. Everything's different. The engine sound, engine performance, steering wheel tighten up a little more, the suspension. Now you have the exhaust note, and you know, punching it, and you get, you know, instant throttle response. You know, very little turbo lag, and everything's ready to go. It keeps you in the gears longer, so you stay in those higher rev lines. And then now you want to put it in individual. I love this mode. This is probably my favorite mode. Well, I should say my second favorite mode. My setup is steering's comfort, suspension's comfort, the exhaust is turned off, that stupid auto start's turned off, but the engine is in sport mode. And because I like comfort, but I can't stand the throttle response. We'll talk about that in a minute. So my individual mode allows me to kind of have a nice drive, but a little bit snappier transmission and engine.
Ready for the next one? All right.
Well, what do you want to say about it? What do you think?
Oh yeah. Driving modes. I actually really like the individual mode for the same reason that he already said. You can kind of pick and choose exactly what you want it to do. So if you want a little bit more of a comfortable ride, but you still want to have that like pep in your step, then you can set it up that way so that it's not such a harsh suspension. You don't have that individualized programming with BMW, not that I'm aware of. So having that individual setting, I really like.
They didn't have an individual?
No, not that you could like customize yourself. So I actually really do like that. And obviously I noticed a difference with his too as far as the sport mode is concerned. So yeah.
Yeah, like there's a big difference between sport and sport plus. It's not like, I don't know what it does. Maybe it turns off this.
It's the traction control. I think that's all it controls on BMW, is that it turns that off. So, wow. Anyways, that's what I like about it. Next love is the interior.
Yeah, I don't really think there's much to talk about with that. I love the interior. I think it blows away the competition, Audi included. It's a phenomenal place to be. Now, the 2019 model actually updated even more things. So this console's different, the steering wheel's different. I think the cluster's different. The console here is a little different.
A little bit, right?
Oh yeah, that's different. That's like wider and thinner. Like they did a lot of new things that I actually like.
The screen we were talking about.
Kind of mad that I don't have that updated. But there's some stuff I don't like though about the updated. But that's a different video. Oh, another rim. So yeah, so a really nice place to be. I mean, I don't think I've met one person that hasn't come in here or looked in here that wasn't like in awe by the interior. It's gorgeous.
It is, definitely. I love the cranberry, obviously, seats. I love the stitching on the dash. I love the contrast that they did on the doors. So you have the black up top and then you have the cranberry mixed in. The interior is really nice, like you said. It's very, even though it's, you know, at the end of the day, it's a C-Class versus an E or an S, it still looks very, very luxury. I think that's what he was trying to get at.
That's why you're good for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna keep you around. 'Cause sometimes, when I'm driving around, shorty's looking inside, I gotta be like, yo, check out the ring, blah.
On
like,
to the next one.
blah, blah.
On to the next one.
You know what I mean?
Your next love is the sound system.
Yeah, so this can also be a hate for another reason, but I definitely love the sound system. Just making sure she's not trying to drift into my lane here. I love the way it looks. So when you look at like I got the updated Burmeister or upgraded Burmeister, and I was a little bit on the fence online as to whether I would get it or not. And I'm really happy I did, because I definitely think it makes the sounds obviously sound better. They're more crisp. When you're listening to like a song where someone's singing, or there's a lot of like musical notes, you can really hear stuff well. And like I said, I think the fit and finish in here makes it look a lot nicer than just a black speaker grill. The side I'm not so fond of is the bass. I like to listen to hip hop and stuff, and the bass isn't that great. You could live with it, but most likely I'll throw a box in at some point, I guess. I don't know. It'd be nice if I didn't have to do that.
I like the sound system, but I don't have a whole lot of input on this one because I haven't been riding in his car for a while.
But your car is a great example. Your X5. So you have an X5. That thing bumps, it's factory. I wouldn't even care about any of it. That thing cranks. So, and I think the sound for the music probably sounds better in here, but I don't know. I think it depends on the type of music you listen to. Also, if you like, I don't know, R&B. I guess even R&B I listen to a lot too. But maybe I don't know, pop music or opera or I don't know, jazz music. This car will be phenomenal because jazz music and stuff, you can listen to it and you'll hear all the instruments and stuff well. But if you like a lot of bass heavy pop or hip hop or something like that, trap music, it's probably not gonna be the best for you.
Next love is the backup camera in the daytime specifically.
Yeah, I think the graphics for the camera, you can put it up if you want to show. I don't know if you'll be able to see it actually. Yeah, there you go. We're moving slow enough, unfortunately. The detail is just amazing. Obviously, I have the surround, so you get to see all that good fun stuff. Yeah, I won't go too fast. Let's see. That looks really nice.
Nice and straight.
Part's really nice. Very easy to see. You can use the stuff what is it called? Where it parks itself, automatic parking.
Parking assistant.
Yeah, I think it's kind of gimmicky, but it works really well in the daytime. At night, not so much. It's probably my least favorite backup camera system I've ever used at night.
But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But for the daytime,
it's phenomenal.
It's ridiculous how clear it is. And he's very spoiled by it. I can tell when he's parking.
Yeah, I pretty much don't even use anything.
He uses the surround view constantly.
I just drive like that and
he
back
uses
up.
it to pull up to curbs, to see how close he's getting to something. It's insane, but it's dope.
Yeah, so that's definitely something I really like. I love being able to get up as close as possible in the front, on the curb, in the back, whatever.
And it's nice because you can see what's around you constantly, at all times.
True that.
So, all right, last love on the list, just to keep it short and sweet. The sound.
Yeah, that exhaust. I think for a stock exhaust, I don't think I've ever heard a stock exhaust as nice as I've heard on this. And it would really annoy me if it was that sound all the time. Even now I'm driving in individual mode. I don't drive around all the time in Sport Plus. And I think that's really something I like about this car a lot is because it has such a split personality, you can drive it where I've taken my mom and other people with me and they wouldn't even know that it has the type of exhaust that it does, right? Drop them off, go ahead, throw that joint in Sport Plus mode, and all of a sudden everything just kind of comes to life, and now you want to take off and as everything comes flying around.
Yep, good job.
So I love that. I love the crackle and pops. And then again, I love to be able to close it and the valves close and you can't even tell this thing has any type of performance exhaust. I think you're insane if you buy this car and you do not get the performance exhaust. I have no idea what you're doing with your life if you do that. Alright, so looks like I left one of the cords at home, so we had to make a pit stop, Best Buy, pick up a cord, and so that's it for today. We're at my cousin's house now, so I'm gonna chill for tonight, wake up early, get out.
Go get that tune.
Yeah, tomorrow we got a little surprise. And feed this beast.
Alright,
so
peace.
That's it. 5 things you love. Let us know what you think. You know, if you think that was helpful in getting it. Overall, I mean, if you're contemplating getting the vehicle,
get it.
Yeah, definitely get it. Anyways, peace out.